Hey guys, did you miss me? DC Kirkham, TKR Video Central. I haven't been on in person for a couple of weeks. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff around here, but I have got a ton more 45s from my pals Don and Mary, who are clearing out their 30,000 records, sending a good deal of them to me, unless they can make some decent money on them. I have 3 shipments in the last month or so since I was on last, plus some CDs. And we're going to go through those. This is about, a lot of stuff. Now, there's a lot of duplicates in these. Mary, told me up front, I'm going to send duplicates. Don't worry about it. You can take your pick of the best ones. And I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. So, that is what we have done. This is stack 1. This one arrived 2 weeks ago. The other 2 are both in the bag over here, along with the CDs, and they arrived yesterday. So, without further ado, let's check these out. I know a lot of this stuff. I don't know a lot of the titles. Some of them I have, but that's how it always is with 45s. So let's get started. Oh, let me turn the light on. If it doesn't screw up the camera, let's see. Excellent. One Eye Open by the Mask Man and the Agents. I do not know that one. Arrow promo here. This is Barbara Gorman and Sister Viv. And Was It Just for Fun? Arrow Records. I do not know that label. And that's actually making it harder for you to see the labels. So, take that off. There we go. There is there. Jose Jimenez in Orbit. Excerpts from the album with Bill Dana, who of course made that what is now a horribly racial stereotyped character. Back in the day, I mean, even back in the day, it shouldn't have been acceptable, but it was. There's some French stuff in here. I think it came from Canada. Yeah, made in Canada. La Poupée qui fait non from Michel Polnareff, or something to that effect. I think there's some German in here too, if I'm not mistaken. My top 10 chart, Roberta Meschel. Chansons du Travail, Danielle Girard, depending on how it's spelled or pronounced. Forgive my butchering of the French language. This has been played quite a bit, even though it's in good shape. The Micro Mini, I think it is. And I really cannot read that artist. I'm sorry, let me flip it over here. Gotta grab my lamp. The Harvey Avern Dozen. Oh God, there's 12 people in this? I've never heard of this, so... classic, very classic comedy song. They're coming to take me away, haha, Napoleon the 14th. I don't know if I have that on a single. I know I have it on my Dumb Ditties album, but I don't know if I have it on a single. My Stove's on Fire, Robert Lester Folsom. I don't even know or want to know necessarily what that one is. There's quite a bit of country in this too, in the shipments. Report to the Nation, Part 1, Winkley and Nutley. I bought a pristine copy of this on Whatnot from them a few months ago. And I think there's 3 of these in this set. Now, Run and Tell That, Denise LaSalle. On that classic 70s Westbound Records label. Tie Me Kangaroo Down Sport, Rolf Harris with an epic period sleeve. Another not so PC song at this moment. Okay, again, I gotta have my lamp. It's The Eggplant That Ate Chicago, Dr. West's Medicine Show, and Junk Band. I don't know, folks. I have no idea. The collector they bought this from collected a lot of everything. Oh, gosh. Silver on red. That's not good. Errol Millet. Ehril. I think that's how you'd pronounce that. and Life. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hollywood movie theater recording. These are from Brumberger. Conducted by? Is that what it says? No, copyrighted by Brumberger. Barker, old-time movie music, and old-time movie music on the backside, too. So I assume this is like a sound effects disc? Like a library music disc? Don't Shut Me Out, Underground Sunshine. Got to be the late 60s with a name like that. Bonaparte's Retreat, Roddy Bristol. A lot of these are promos, which is very cool. Oh boy. Oh yeah, classic. I don't have this either. I have a greatest hits album, but I do not have the single of this. Green Onions, Booker T and the MGs. One of the greatest instrumentals of all time. I love Paul Hardcastle's 2009 version too. It's really amazing. The Astronaut, Parts 1 and 2. Jose Jimenez, Bill Dana. Here Come the Judge, Shorty Lane. And of course, or Shorty Long, excuse me. That, of course, from Laugh-In. Sonny Wright and Pain Remover. And Hung to Another Man. Yeah, obviously country. I have no idea. I really don't. The Payback, Parts 1 and 2, James Brown on Polydor with his face plastered on there. Freaky Deaky and You Came Into My Life by Roy Ayers. Don't Do It and Plastic Symphony 3, which is an instrumental, but Don't Do It is by Mickey Dolenz. And let me see the copyright on this if we can. 1967. So this would have been during the Monkees' initial run. Wow, okay. Pat O'Day, Heartbreak of Love. Chess promo. I don't know where this guy got some of this stuff. E Pluribus Yak and Party. I don't know. The Yak for President. The Blob by the Five Blobs. Beware of the Blob. I got that's cool. Out of the Blue by the band. Good Lord, I don't remember ever seeing a single by the band. Albums, yes, but not a single. That's interesting. Just Chilling Out, Bernard Wright. Along with, ripped sleeve here, along with something called Bread Sandwiches. Let's think about that for a minute. Bread sandwiches. I'm not even going to go there. You Can't Be Still, the Magnolias. It's not like KFC had invented their double down yet. Into the Night, Benny Mardones. Ooh, is that un-PC these days? Great song, but completely un-PC. Body Heat and We Are One by Alicia Bridges. This, I would assume, is the follow-up to I Love the Nightlife, since it has a 78 copyright date. My Future Is in Your Hands. Hank Leeds on Memo Records. Love these. I think I bought one of these from them on Whatnot also. First Man on the Moon, July 1969. Narrated by Hugh Downs with a picture sleeve. Awesome. Report to the Nation. Again, that's the Winkley and Nutley. I thought I had a second one in here. I Won't Tell. Conlon and the Crawlers. Here Come the Judge. This version is by, of course it is, the Magistrates. Oh boy. Green Doom. I think it says The Germs. Yeah, The Germs with a J. Mary Knows I Love Me, My Dora Hall. Downtown and Over by Dora Hall. And Rumors, Kippington Lodge. Is that a person or a group? Who knows? Okay, that's set one. Let me move these out of the way if I can find a place on my table to do so. And then we'll get to set two. What I'm going to do is bend down and pull about half of these out of this. I have a Market Basket shopping bag, and it is filled with mostly 45s, which I put it in here to bring it into this room because I had already unboxed it and unpackaged it in the other room. So these are the CDs. We'll get to them in a minute. And that's about half right there. The next set from yesterday. We Love You, Call Collect, Art Linkletter and his daughter Diane. This is a spoken word recording that actually hit the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, in 1968 or 69. Art was still doing House Party at the time this was out. Another Dora Hall, Time to Say Goodbye, and Secret of My Success. Dora, dear, what's success? She's not with us anymore. But It's All Right, J.J. Jackson. Underwater, The Frogmen. Don't know these. A lot of these that came yesterday I've never heard of. Oop, there we go. Terrible, terrible ink again. The Tangos with Carreo, Argentina, Gina, and Infatuation. It's an EP. And if you can see that, you have more power than I do. Yike. Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus Band. Pajama. And Entry of the Gladiators, which would be the do 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 do. Okay. Why? The Cats. Lonely Bull to Jazz, the Jazz Cadets. It doesn't say that's Herb Alpert's Lonely Bull, so I'm not sure where that would go. Woman Wanted by the legendary Muddy Waters. Great song from 1980, Together by Tiara. Or Tiara, I don't know how it's pronounced for sure. Rumors, Timex Social Club. This is a promo, if I'm not mistaken. They would evolve into the band that had a #1 hit with Lean On Me called Club Nouveau. Mostly the same members. Still the One, Orleans. I Woke Up in Love This Morning, The Partridge Family. This one blew my mind. Mary Knows I collect actors who sing or actors who record, like Lorne Greene, who doesn't sing, he does spoken word stuff. I don't know what this is. I did not know he made records. Robert Mitchum, The Ballad of Thunder Road. This should be interesting. I'm assuming it's vocals because My Honey's Lovin' Arms doesn't sound much like a spoken word record. The Love Psychiatrist, Stan Freberg and Dawes Butler. Oh, this should be fun. I've never heard that. Now look at that. This label is purple, not blue. I don't know why this camera does that, but it does. And even though I have it set on camo to bring out the purple in my shirt, otherwise it looks very plain. Um, Cool Jerk, the Capitals. Tell Me My Name, Tommy Truth. It's Tommy Truth. Lamp. Song is Arabia. Okay. The artist is the Delcos on Showcase Records. Never heard of that. This originally belonged to Kathy Corey, according to the sticker on the label. The Sinking of the Enterprise, Win Strake or Strack. Oh boy. Sheesh, What a Grouch. And She Never Left the Table. Comedy Routines, I would assume, by Art Carney. Oh my gosh. Mark My Words, Richard Himber and Orchestra. Himber. Himber! To Rome with Love, the Exotic Guitars. Ranwood Records. I need to do them on Label Nova. Ranwood has a few other artists. I've never heard of the Exotic Guitars. They also had Charles Randolph Green, Grean, with the theme from Dark Shadows. But other than that, Ranwood is almost exclusively Lawrence Welk and his musical family. So these might all be a part of that. Lucky, Linda Laurie. Hector, the Village Callers. Reunited, Peaches and Herb, belonged to Bobby at some point. Two Doors Down, great music from Dolly Parton. Backed with It's All Wrong, But It's All Right. Great double-sided hit for her in 1978. Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted, the Partridge Family. Here You Come Again, Dolly Parton. And 9 to 5, Dolly Parton, back with Song for the Common Man. The Other Woman, Ray Parker Jr., who I hadn't seen in years. Dude showed up on TBS's Dinner and a Movie last week for Ghostbusters. I'm like, okay. I haven't seen him for years. Loveland, Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band. That name is familiar. I think they've been on Radio Retro at some point. I don't know. All right, that's stack number 2. Please don't fall. And now, we will conclude with stack number 3 of the 45s at least. Lots more, and there's more coming, which is just scary. But, as I promised Dawn, I will give them a good home, and if I can't provide it, if it's duplicates or whatever, I will make sure they get a good home. Excuse me. Steal Away with Your Lady. Chef and the Limelights. The name sounds familiar. I don't know the song. The group sounds familiar. I don't know why. Shades of Green, the Flaming Embers, on Hot Wax, which means it's a Holland Dozier Holland production. Mr. Lonely by the Yodels. No, Viddles. Videls. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Excuse me. Gypsy Woman by Mike White and the Slitter Brothers. And Second Time Around. The label is interesting. Jam USA. Is this Jam Productions? The radio jingle makers? Because the logo is almost identical. I don't know if they ever made records. I'll have to look up and see. You Better Sit Down, Kids. Share. Sylvester and Hippity Hopper by Mel Blanc. Oh boy. To Be Loved Forever by the Pentagons. Is that the shape of the building? Endless Sleep, Jody Reynolds. Not Rentals. Reynolds, like Burt Reynolds, not Rentals, like Little Lisa Rental. And if you know what that reference is, hey, leave a comment because I can't believe you know it. Fire of Love, another Jody Reynolds. I Was Kaiser Bill's Batman by Whistling Jack Smith. I want to say I picked this up on an earlier shipment at some point too. This is interesting. Epic Records, radio station copy. It's a Sin to Tell a Lie. And Ball and the Jack by Something Smith and the Redheads. What I find most interesting about this promo, it has a stamp on it that says all new version. And I'm like wondering, did they release it and then recall it or something? That's going to be, I'll have to look that up at some point. Eddie Kahn, what? Okay, one's mono, one's stereo. This is apparently a tribute to Elvis, called Elvis, by Eddie Carr. Never heard that. I would guess, if I had to hazard a guess... Oh, wait a minute. Is the year on here? No, but I would hazard a guess. I'd say late 77. Lover's Concerto, The Toys. Second copy of that. This one with a distributor sticker on it. Tuesday Afternoon, Forever Afternoon, The Moody Blues. Nights in White Satin, The Moody Blues. Money, Barrett Strong. That's the original, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I think Barrett did the original. I love the version that Danny Cooksey did as Montana Max on the Tiny Toons soundtrack. Excellent. Of course, everybody knows the Flying Lizards punk remake of it. Punk new wave remake of it. Bustin' Surfboards by the Tornadoes. I Can See for Miles, The Who. And a second copy of that. Come and Get These Memories, Martha and the Vandellas. This is a Gordy promo. I do not know that song. I think the only one I actually know by them is Heatwave. Philip Fox and the Jimmy Carroll Orchestra, Dennis the Menace songs. Dennis the Menace theme. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. Caribbean, Mitchell Tobach. Come Back Baby by Yount Brothers Inc. I'm not kidding about the ink on there. Wait a minute, let me scoot it over so you can see it. Guitar Boogie Shuffle by The Virtues. Not the Kind by The Travelers. Parakeet, Terry Joy with Jody the Parakeet. Oh, there's an actual parakeet on this. All right. Keys in the mailbox. Shorty Bacon. Shorty Bacon. I Taught a Putty Tat. This version by Danny Kaye. Danny Kaye? Okay. Brother-in-Law, He's a Moocher. By Paul Peake. 1961, it says on the sleeve here. The Great Pretender by Stan Freberg. This is hilarious if you've never heard it. Behind Blue Eyes, The Who. Won't Get Fooled Again, The Who, which is the theme from, is that Miami or New York? CSI. And Summertime Blues. Airport Love Theme, Vincent Bell. Featured this on AM 70s and on Obscuria. The Kids Are All Right, The Who. Loving You Has Made Me Bananas, Guy Marks. This was actually a regular on the Dr. Domino show in the 70s and 80s. Eleanor Rigby by Ray Charles. That's going to be good. What If a Man, Tyrone Davis. And finally, of the 45s, Gee, But I'm Lonesome by Ron Holden. Alright, I'm going to put these back in the bag because there's no room on the counter left. And then we're going to grab the CDs. Now, the cool thing about the CDs is a lot of these are the type of music that Mary knows I love and that I frequently play on my Wednesday afternoon long-form show, Celestial Journeys. A lot of this is going to show up there, I can tell you that. And she sent this wonderful note. Hi, TC. These are some CDs I got after the estate sale. I thought you might like them or feel free to share them with others. Your friend, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Lots of good stuff in here. Let me take them out. And as I said, most of them are New Age style, but some of them are pop. Danny Wright, Healer of Hearts. This is a two-disc set. Annie Lennox, Songs. What? Songs of Mass Destruction. Okay, I have no idea what that's about. Mbandy, Fingerprints. And I believe this is also Mbandy. Yes. A New Beginning. And Harbor Nights, also by Mbandy. The Rippingtons featuring Russ Freeman, Curves Ahead. Both halves of the Essential James Taylor. That'll be great for AM 70s. Windham Hill Records Piano Sampler 2. Bonnie Raitt, Just Like That. I'm trying to see what's on that. Something's Got a Hold of My Heart. It's the best known song off that one, I think. The Benoit or Benoit Freeman Project, which is Russ Freeman and David Benoit or Benoit. I don't know how he pronounces that name, and it can be pronounced both ways. I usually say David Benoit because I've never heard it pronounced Benoit. Peter Cater, collection 83 to 1990. Use his stuff on Celestial Journeys. Tina Turner. I'm not sure what album this is. I got to pull out the sleeve here. This is. Oh, it's a. It's got a mix of her hits and album tracks, and the album is called What's Love Got to Do with It. So this may have come out around the time of the movie that they based on her life. Bonnie Raitt, Slipstream. Michael Hedges, who I absolutely love, Beyond Boundaries. And talk about vintage, Redbone, the Witch Queen of New Orleans. This is their first album before Wovoka turned Come and Get Your Love into a big hit. This is also really good. If you like that song or Wovoka, which is another great song, you'll like this album too. Mary, thank you for the CDs. Yes, at $2, just fall over. Let me put these back in the box. While I'm doing that, I will tell you that I am still operating on a part-time schedule, doing the best I can, and I did post a notice on the community page that it's very likely that the Kirkham Report, my Saturday show, will not be back until January. We also put Finding Your Music Mojo on hiatus until January as of last night, so Dawn and Mary can concentrate on moving and not have to worry about anything else. But, you know, it's fun. And speaking of which, I just realized I'm recording this and I'm halfway through Chick Chat and I'm not there. So I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. Keep in touch. Leave comments. And keep watching. Lots of great stuff coming. For TKR Video Central, I'm TC Kirkham. I will see you on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.